Hello, good afternoon from this part of the world. Happy Christmas. I hope we all are doing okay. It is another beautiful, beautiful Tuesday again. And I just want to thank you for, coming on my page, to listen to what I have today. In case you are joining me for the very first time, my name is Vera Ogbomo. I am originally from Nigeria. I am a digital business owner, which means I run my business from the comfort of my home. I'm a mother of six, beautiful children. And every now and then I come up here, alone, to talk about, my business. And other times I bring my, fellow business partners, to talk about their journeys and, about the business as well. And today I have a very special guest, from, Canada. Tammy is a mom, a grandmother. I'm going to bring her up here, to talk about the business and about herself, first. And so please listen and uh, let's welcome Tammy. Oh, I can only get Tammy to come up here.
Hi, I don't see Vera.
I'm here.
There you are.
Thank you
Thank
so much, Tammy, for honoring this invitation. If you don't mind, I would like you to introduce yourself, to our audience. So,
yep.
who is Tammy?
Thank you so much for having me, Vera. So I am living in New Brunswick, Canada. It's the Maritimes, where we get lots of winter. Right now, it's very nice out, though. It's like unseasonably warm. I'm a mom, like she said. I'm a grandmother. I homeschool, and we have a homestead. And I'm a child of the Most High King. And I did work as a medical office administrator for many years. And before that, I worked in senior care. But I'm now retired and spend most of my time home with my family. And we do street ministries, and I work part time at a homeless shelter.
Well, that's really really interesting, Tammy. So you said you worked in the medical field, for a very long time. And how long was that?
Well, I worked in like seniors care for several years, like most of my children's youth, I'd say. And then I went back to college and wanted to work a Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 type job. So I went and I got my degree as a medical office administrator, and I worked in that field, I say 7 years ish, 6 or 7 years. And then I retired to stay home and homeschool my daughter. But what I didn't realize with working a Monday to Friday,
So
9 to 5 job for a specialist was you don't work regular hours. You still work sometimes 10-hour shifts because you have so many patients that need to be seen. And then when you're not home, you're always thinking, okay, is there something I missed? Was there blood work? Was there something? Because you know that it's all leaning on you, that you have to remember everything, right? So it's kind of a very stressful, high paced job. And it was like, I did love it, but it was nice to get away from the fast pace.
I can actually resonate with that, being someone who has actually worked in a healthcare, setting, for a very long time. And then, we love our job, we love the people we support, we love everything about it. But the truth is, as human beings, we always, stressed out. And sometimes, even though it's a well-paying job, but if we sit down to actually, measure everything, we see that what the effort and everything that we put into it is actually worth more than what we get paid. And that actually, comes to reality when you have to pay your bills. You see that even though we held full-time jobs, even though we held the full-time job for a very long time, we still end up living from paycheck to paycheck. And that is not really really encouraging. And then although I would encourage anybody that has passion to care for people, because I know it is rewarding. And I believe that it is not, the reward is not just here, the reward is probably in heaven, waiting for us. But here we also have to look after ourselves. We have to care for our family. We have to, to live life. But if we do not have the, enough resources, to take care of this aspect, it can actually impact even our passion for, the job. So that, brings me now to the next, question, Tammy. So, you after retiring, I know most of us would say, okay, we retire, you retire so that we can actually have a life for ourselves. We have enough, saved up for, retirement, because most of the time that is what we are living for. That is what we are working for. So why did you decide to come into a digital business, or into owning a different business, instead of just sitting down and enjoy your maybe the proceeds from a retirement?
So I wasn't looking to work online. Like I did want to be my own boss for most of my life, but I didn't think it was possible because I didn't have the money to start up a big brick and mortar business. I didn't know how to start up an online business. I was not tech savvy. So before I quit my job, this ad popped up and I looked at it and I was curious, but I was a little skeptical. So I would watch the workshop when I was alone doing something because I didn't know what it was and I didn't know how to explain it to my family. And kind of forgot about it a little, but not really because I was praying about it and the Lord kept telling me to jump in, but I was really skeptical. So after I retired, I like a month after I retired, I was like, okay, I'm going to watch the workshop again. I watched the workshop. I saw the testimonials. I saw how real they were. I saw there were people like me. They were crying. I was crying. And I was like, you know what? If these people can do it, I can tell that they're real, then I can do it. So then I jumped in. And when I jumped in, I was like, what did I wait for? Like, why did I waste this time waiting?
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
not something I planned, but it was something that the Lord placed before me.
You see, I like the way you put that into it, because you see, a lot of us, we all have, aspirations, we all have dreams. Sometimes we, especially believers, we tend to sit down, and then we make on our own part, we make like an agreement with God that, oh, please, I mean, we ask Him for something, and when we ask Him for something, and He brings this, the answer to that request, but because of our, I'll say, our shallow mind, because we are not actually deep in, fully mature in the spirit, we end up, overlooking this solution that God has actually given to us. Because I remember also having almost a similar, situation where when I saw this business, I knew this was what I wanted. I knew this was what I've done my due diligence and everything. But somehow I this particular day, I can even say I heard it. I heard, that you have to leave your job, but I didn't I didn't actually take any, take it seriously, because in my mind, as a person who is a mom who needs to care for, little ones, who needs to, care for my family back home in Nigeria, who needs to, I despise, depending on the government for anything. So I thought to myself, the only way that I can actually make ends meet is by working, and working hard, you know. So I thought my working hard was to remain in that job. So when I had all these, I would say, warnings, or answers to my prayers and everything, I just did not, take it. But until something else, had to happen to me, where, I couldn't actually do anything on it impacted my health. That was when I was humbled enough, to look at this opportunity. And I can actually say, from where I am today in the business and in my life, that it was actually God's, I God has actually, answered my prayers from the very beginning, but I didn't see it. So I like the way you actually put that into it, to say, yes, the Lord opened your eye to see this, and then you went for it. And today I still, whenever I'm giving this testimony, I still go back to the time I should have actually just taken action, and by now I would know, be bigger. But in all this, I would say, I think God has a plan for us, and God's time is always the best. I believe if He wanted us to start it on that particular day, He would have actually led us and provided everything, to make it possible. And then, There's one thing I love about this, business. It's not just about helping ourselves alone. It is about reaching out to other people, because there are lots of people out there who have, different, challenges, who have, who are in similar situation or even worse or better, but they don't know that there is this kind of thing that can actually, bring a solution to the problem, especially their, economic situation. So, and I would like to ask you, if anyone is actually looking to start this business, okay? And because from a lot of people who have been, asking so many questions, they say, okay, because of the problem that was involved. Of course, I know, and you know yourself too, tell me that this business has a lot of challenges, okay? But would you like to share some of them, and how you overcame these challenges?
Well, one of my biggest challenges was I was used to working in a fast-paced business, like in a
Mm,
fast-paced career. So
mm.
I was still spending all that time doing the business at first. So my biggest challenge was learning to slow down and realize that it's 90% done for me, so I don't have to work so hard. And then another challenge that I had was comparing myself to others. And that wasn't good either because we all move at different times and you need to focus on yourself and focus on your own business for it to be successful, right? But another challenge that you have at first is you're coming into it thinking, okay, I'm going to earn an income, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But as a believer, we should be coming into it. I want to help these people. I want to help other people. I want to find people that need help. So that was kind of a spiritual challenge, I guess, I had at first when I realized this business opportunity is made to help others. And here I am thinking of like, I want to help my family. Well, why not want to help other families? And in return, it'll help your family. So that was, I think, my biggest challenge, like one of my biggest challenges, which was
Yeah,
that it's a blessing to others. And I didn't even realize it at first.
that's actually interesting, to know, because, like you just said there, this business model is designed in a way to help. That's just the simple way to say it. To help means to help others, and in so doing, your own problem is being taken care of as well. you know um uh, we have, different models. We have different, ways that we can actually do this. So the good thing is, when you are in the community, so you see a lot of, ways, a lot of, opportunities that you can actually have, to implement this in real life. So when I actually joined the business, I was actually looking for, an opportunity to just earn that extra income, so that I would not have to. I wasn't thinking of quitting my job. My intention was so that I will not have to, pick up that extra shift. I will not have to, you know, even work full time, because, to be honest, I'm a mother of six, young children, and I was still working full time. And on top of that, any day that I'm free from work, that I'm not working, I go over to pick up extra shift somewhere else. And this was just my life. And then I felt everything was okay. I felt I was okay, the energy was there. But until, reality hit me. So, but coming into the business, I was able to find out that this business is actually a legacy business, in the sense that I can actually do this business now and leave it, for my children, to come. So, would you like to tell us what that means, to you as a business owner?
Yeah, I really like that part of the business that you can leave it as a legacy, like you say, because with most online businesses, if you're not there, it's not gonna run. If you have a job and something happens to you, you can't leave your job to your children, right? It just doesn't work that way. But with this,
Mm.
you can leave it to your children. If you have no children, you can leave it to your spouse, you can leave it to other family members. You could even leave it like in trust to your animals if you're someone like that. So you know that when you're building up your business, when you're gone, it's or if you're too sick or whatever, and you don't want to do it anymore, you know that it's not going to be, oh, I built this up and now it's just going to crumble. No, you built it up and now you pass it on to someone else and it's already built up for them. And what better blessing can you give them than to know that you gave them that financial security, right? It's a very big part of this business that I really love.
Yeah, and then, see, the way that works is it's even up to your eighth, generation, because the way the business is being, established. And then to talk about that, we are actually affiliate business. Okay, we have a company that we represent, and so this company has been in existence for over 49 years, nearly 50 years now. Okay, this is how they've been doing it. It's just that we brought this business to become a digital one where you have to do everything, where we have to do everything, in the digital, space, because of course the world is going, digital. So, in case people who are asking us, so how can you actually leave this as a legacy to your family, or for, as a trust, for your pets or anything? When you come into the business, you have an identification that's it's unique to you. That identification cannot be passed on to somebody else. So as a result of that, if your generation, or if people after you, your spouse, your children, or anyone, is able to have that ID, they'll be able to trade with it, with time to come. And it gets to a point in your business that you have this, residual, income, coming to you. So even when you are no longer here, or when you are not able, to assess all these things, or to do things that we are doing right now, that thing just keeps, coming in, constantly. There is no stop. It will only stop at your eighth, generation. So that's what we mean, by that, just in case for those who are actually asking how, this, really works. And then, would you, at this point in your business, everything, you've seen everything, you've been in the business, you've had your challenges, you've overcame them, you've the prospect of the business, the future of the business. So would you personally, recommend this business to, anyone? And if you would, what advice would you like to give to somebody who wants to start?
Yes, I definitely would recommend this business to anyone. You don't have to be tech savvy. The training is step by step. So if you're like, oh, I don't know how to run a business, neither did I. Neither did most of us. So it's step by step, video based. The training is updated continually, so it's even better than when I started. And like Vera said, everybody's going digital. Everything's going digital. So why not use it to earn an income? You're already on here anyways. Most people use social media. So you can use social media and actually be earning an income, actually building up a legacy for your children, your grandchildren, or whoever. And most people don't realize that they need a plan B until it's too late. So why not have a plan B now? Like the last few years have shown us that no job is totally secure, that anybody can lose it in an instant, depending on what's going on in the world. So why not have that legacy built up, that plan B built up, so that when this happens to you, or if it happens to you, you don't have to worry about it. You already have something in place. And besides that, if you want to earn extra money because you want to take less days, like you don't want to work extra, you love your job, but you just want to work your full time or your part time, this could help you do that. And this could help you travel more, or there's so many potentials depending on what your needs are, what your wants are, that this business is for everyone. It's for people looking to retire early, people looking to quit their job, people looking to work part-time, spend more time with their children, their spouse, travel more, buy a house, buy a car, whatever it is. This business, you can build it up to be the answer to that. So if you're watching this, go to the website and check it out. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. It's a no-cost workshop that you're going to be invited to. And whoever's page you'd be watching on is your mentor. So you could ask them any questions that you have while you're watching the workshop. Just write them down and then say, hey, I had these questions. And we're all happy to answer you with those, because this business, like she said, has been around for almost 50 years. And it's also been, this particular digital online business has also been mentioned in Fortune magazine as one of the top, I think, 10 businesses in the world. So that there shows you how good this business is. So take that chance, make 2024 the year that you turned your life around, that you didn't have to take extra shifts, didn't have to worry about taking a vacation, whatever it is that you're looking for. Build up a legacy so that you have it when you need it or you want it. So that's my challenge to you for 2024.
Oh, thank you so much, Tammy. That was actually very, very good. And like you all heard now, coincidentally, today is Tuesday. It's our workshop day. Okay, so you can actually, come into the live workshop. Okay, and ask any question that you want to ask. And then, in order to be able to get into the workshop, you need your own unique, information to log in. And in order to get that, you can, log into, Tammy's, website. You can see from there now she's at tammylive.com. Okay, just enter your name and your email address, and then she would, send in the information, to you, to join. And then she requires you to put in your valid email address, because from my own experience, I found that, some people put in, maybe accidentally put wrong email address, and we're trying to send information to them, it's not going through. So make sure that you check this out properly, to make sure that you have the valid email address there, so that when the information is sent to you, you can actually, access it, and then, join us. And other times you might not see this information in your own inbox. So you need to look at your junk box. You need to look at your spam box, okay, to check for this information. So it should be, signed off by, Tammy. So you see there. So I encourage you, to join us tonight. And should you not even have the chance, to join us, especially for those who are, on this part of the world where it will be shown at a very, maybe very too early or too late, for you. So you also have the opportunity to watch the same, where replay afterwards. The only difference is that you made your, if you have any questions, it will not be answered, live, for you. So that is it, for now. We hope that we've been able to inspire you, and we hope that you'll be able to take that challenge, for yourself, and make this, coming year a better year, for you and your, family. So until we see you, in our next videos, we appreciate you, and we say thank you and remain blessed. So bye
Bye,
for now.
bye everyone. Be blessed.